I pride myself on making sure that nobody works harder than me. So the more guys that see that, the more guys that adopt that habit and just come on.
So as a high school quarterback, do you have a scouting report for your new quarterback, Devin Leary?
What I can say just about Devin, what I've seen so far is his accuracy is different. Like, I don't know, I kind of talk to my friends back home, compare people to players, and his accuracy really reminds me of like Drew Brees, like in a sense, like it's really accurate. It's fitting balls in spaces that the ball shouldn't be thrown to sometimes. So, yeah, that's it right there.
Is that frustrating when a DB, you could play the best coverage possible and the guy puts it right where it is?
It's exactly like how you could say it. Just it's one practice I can take it back before spring break. Dane ran like a deep dig, and I broke on it, and the backers underneath it, but he fit the ball in between both of us, and so it's kind of unique just being in those situations where you got to find a way to get the ball out against a pretty accurate quarterback like him. So the ball is going to be where it's supposed to be.
Your background as a top running over here playing.
It's helped me play DB by really just. I'm a student of the game. I talk about that a lot, learning football. And so anything that I learn, anything that's said to me maybe once or twice, it's stuck in my brain. So when I get on the field and I step in the field, it's like I'm just scanning it, and I just kind of eliminate things based off what the offense is showing me, just off of being able to store data in my brain. Yeah.
Did you ever want to play quarterback in the next level?
Nah, so playing quarterback in high school, my dad always told me that I was going to make money on the defensive side of the ball. So once I kind of fully bought into transitioning to defense, it was just took off from there.
You spent a couple of days in Houston working with one of the best trainers out there,
Right.
Jabari. How was that? How did it go?
Learning from him, it was great, especially being able to add those tools into my bag, come back here and just being able to input that into my technique when I going in one-on-ones against guys like Tavion and Brandon White. It just gives me different looks, and it allows me to try some things to see if it works or not. And then when I'm successful, just to keep improving and implementing into my game.
You get some new guys in that room, some transfers. Coach White talked about those guys. How are they coming along? And he said, with you taking on a leadership role, how are you kind of trying to help them?
So with them, I know like coming in, and especially they've only been here for about 3, almost 4 months. You're not going to learn a defense that fast, and so just making sure like if they were to make a missed assignment or something like that, just to keep them encouraged. Try to just like give them like little like tips and pointers, but never try to step on their toes to where they feel like I'm their coach. Just basically just trying to just keep them encouraged, keep their head high, because at times like at this point you don't know the defense and you're still trying to learn it, but you're still trying to make plays. And so when you're I don't want to say like not in the right spots, but when you don't know the defense as well, and then you're out there trying to learn the defense and play ball, you can get discouraged at times when you don't make plays. But just trying to keep those guys keep playing.
What do you feel like you're?
You had a pretty solid ending to last season. How do you plan on building on that?
Kind of really just how I look at it is just how last season ended. It shouldn't be a step back from there. It should just be steps forward just from that point. And so I feel like my confidence is at that point or even higher than it was at the end of last season. So just being able to be that guy on the field where coach knows I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be, it allows me to just play ball.
I was going to ask kind of along those lines, what do you come into this spring with feeling better equipped to do this season?
Man coverage. Me being a newer DB, man coverage is always something I've always had to work on, especially not knowing like proper techniques. And so just as she said, like just getting with different guys, learning different things, different tips, to where I can just add to the package to where when I'm playing man, when I see something different, I can try something new, So just being able to adapt to man coverage, and especially against these skilled guys, you got guys that are really good route runners, guys that are really fast, really shifty, so you get to see it all.
What have you seen out of Maxwell this spring? It seemed like he did a lot of good things.
Yeah, man, I'm really impressed with Max this far this spring, man. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why I really try to get that out of him since I first got here, just to play with confidence, because I can just see the natural football ability in him. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. He's playing with confidence, and when you can play with confidence, you can just play football.
Where's this group of receivers rate against some of the guys you've gone up with?
It's some of the best receivers I've ever competed against. Coming from Texas State, I had guys that had some ability that can compete on this level, but it doesn't matter what receiver you line up with against these guys, they're going to give you a great rep, and you're going to have to compete to the fullest.